Hello, this is KC8MTV. I wanted to share with everybody my current solar panel project, which is a ongoing project. Currently have two 100-watt solar panels, and I plan to go to 4. And currently, the way it's set up now, it is meeting my needs of supplying power to my shack. I would like to ultimately have this run my entire shack independent from the commercial power grid, although I'll probably end up just using it as an emergency battery backup. This is what I have currently set up on the outside. I've got two 100-watt panels mounted on the chimney. I'm not using the chimney, the fireplace inside, so I decided to mount it on the chimney like this. Works very well. I've got it angled just right. I have it angled to where the sun is at noon, which is the highest point in the sky. So it seems to be working out pretty well. Didn't have any problems mounting it. Just bought some conduit from the local hardware store and connected that up, and actually anchored it into the brick at 2 places to take care of the wind load. And we've had some pretty gusty winds, and it works pretty well. Now for the angle iron back here, I used the oh, I forget what that's called. Apologize. But I did use that and made up my own support structure for the 2 solar panels. Now to angle it, what I did was I took my old satellite dish mount. I had the Dish Network and I no longer used it, so I disassembled it and flattened out the top part of it here and mounted it on a piece of steel, and it works very well. I can angle it, and it works out very well. I have 2 number 8 cables running from the solar panels down to the charge controller, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But that is the outside of it, and if I can get in here, I'll show you the sticker on the back of the solar panel. And it's the Renogy 100-watt, 22.5 volts, 5.29 amps per panel, which it does meet my needs. So let me go inside here and I'll show you what I got going on inside. Okay, now the inside is where I have the charge controller, the batteries, and the power inverter. And this is the charge controller that I'm using. It's a 45 amp Wanderer solar charge controller. The cool thing about this one is it's got a built-in temperature sensor which goes to the batteries, and it regulates the power, and it's based on the temperature, the ambient temperature around the batteries. Now, coming in from the outside, I've got my, of course, positive and negative cables, and I got that connected to a meter with a shunt, and obviously I've got it fused. Now this fuse here is the fuse holder that's used in automotive sound systems, and I got that from a local sound system dealer here in town, and it works quite well. But this is the power coming in from the battery, or I'm sorry, from the solar panel currently. Have that going into my charge controller, and then from the charge controller it goes to my batteries, which currently I just have 2 deep cycle marine batteries, and I plan to expand that to the 4. From there, I have another meter which shows the current status of the batteries while they're under load. And of course with that I have a shunt as well. And connected from the batteries to a 1500 watt AC power inverter. I love this inverter. It's great. And I'm getting ready to hook up a Blue Sea Systems low voltage disconnect to protect the batteries from dropping too far below voltage. And this is a 65 amp low voltage disconnect, which will fit my needs as well. And currently I've got a WiresX system connected up and running independently off the power grid. So it's pretty cool to be able to run radio traffic off of the WiresX node totally off of solar. And I can pretty much run this thing all night. And then it recharges during the day. So that is my solar panel setup. Like I said, it's an ongoing project, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a learning process. 73s. This is KC8MTV.